All right, we're live. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. This is our season finale, Meredith. The last Monday night draw until September. So
it's what? It's season finale?
Season finale.
How
Yeah.
could that be happening?
I know you're very sad.
So sad that I'm going to be able to sleep.
So it's not the end of streams on this channel. We'll just have a couple months without coughing.
Off free summer.
That's right. So we're going to switch to Tuesday nights through the summer. It'll be Eric and I, Eric Grove, and we'll have guests. And we have some great guests lined up already. I'm very, very excited about it. And we'll be rolling right into the summer. So every Tuesday, and then September, we'll be back to Monday Night Draw and the same format. And we'll be back to drawing some pretty cool characters. As a matter of fact, I already know the first character I want to draw when we come back.
Everybody's going to miss Meredith yawning, Meredith coughing. Meredith, when are we done? You should be happy because the streams will be longer because Dave and Eric.
That's right. Yeah, we can just go.
Is a good check on each other.
Right, but we can also just ramble. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Neither one of you will check each other. You'll just. The streams won't be 2 hours. It'll be 5.
Right, and I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily. But anyway, so I'm drawing Static Shock. I'm going to draw tonight's in pencil because I actually have a stream over the summer that I'd really like to do. I'm just going to tell you guys. And I don't know if this is going to work out because I'm the worst with email. I never get around to this stuff. But I am really, really hoping that I can convince our rich friend to come on and ink something. And so I'm hoping that maybe he'll ink this picture and we can get him on the show at some point. He does all of his inks on paper. And I thought it'd be a really nice contrast from Jimmy, who also, Jimmy can ink on paper too, very, very well. But Rich is really known for, quill, especially brush. He's an absolute master with a brush. And it's something that I don't really see enough of on YouTube. I know for me, trying to learn how to ink, it is really, really difficult finding somebody that really uses, proper traditional tools well. And so hopefully we can convince him. Maybe you guys can bomb this channel and ask him. You know what? I need to email him. I never email anybody. I'm the worst, but I'm going to do it. And so anyway, we're doing pencils. And I see Greg Gall. This is, by the way, this is for Greg. We did a Static Shock before. It was actually Greg's request like 2 years ago, practically. But I did the wrong costume. And so before we start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Entire screen, allow, you have to, it's like a million buttons. Okay, so here's my costume choices. I've got this one. I've got that one. That's the first one again. That's my thumbnail, which is actually the first one again, just a different drawing. This is some George Perez from earlier on. And then this is a slightly different version of the first one. I don't know which costume it is. I'm guessing it's one of those two. So Greg, if you could let me know. Yeah, he's here. I saw he's here. So okay. Yeah, it would be great. I really need to know what I'm drawing. So there you go. That's where we're at. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start drawing.
All right. You start drawing.
All right.
I'm going to read this first super chat of the night from Long Journeys for $5. Hey, Dave, do you have tips for texturing and shading rocks in ink? I can do okay with graphite, but with ink, I seem to ruin it because it's too strong.
Do I have tips for drawing? Sorry,
rocks.
Rocks with graphite?
Ink.
With ink.
He has no problem with pencil, but he has trouble with ink.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do it on my backing here because it's ink, and I'm not Rich Friend, unfortunately, so I'm going to be using my my Tombow. But when it comes to rocks, I'm just going to draw a shape for. I'm not going to draw a whole like a mountainside or anything. I'm just going to draw a rock as if it's a rock floating or flying away from from the thing smashing it. And what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing that. So I want to give it some dimension. If it was just a square, it would be like this. And this side here would be dark. And this side would be like a halftone. And then this would be light. Or I could go the other way. But anyway, that's kind of my plan. And so what I'm going to do, because I don't want it to be completely flat, I'm just going to give it just a nice bit of a random shape. Let me grab my, tell me I've got my brush. I do. Uh-oh.
That was a hot mess.
Dropping paint. That was my burnt sienna hit the floor. Okay, so there's my shadow. And it's pretty simple. Let me start to get a little bit more of the detail in there. I don't like what I did there because it doesn't really have a ridge. So I'm lifting that and lowering that, and then it gives it a reason for that to have a little shadow in there. This, I don't want to be totally dark, but I do need everything to be either light or dark. Yeah, I'm using black and white. And if it's not working in ink, but it isn't working in pencil, it's because you're using shades of gray with the pencil. And that's something that you really can't get away with for the most part in comic art. There are some people that do styles and it works beautifully, but there we go. There's my kind of halftone. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to render up along the side here, and I'm going to create my halftone along this. And it needs to be very deliberate. These lines are evenly spaced. I've got a break there. I'm keeping that nice and even. You can get very, very fast with this pretty quick. It feels a little bit like a lot of labor to be evenly spaced and evenly sized and nice and clean with this, but it pretty quickly it becomes second nature. And that's a little bit more messy, but there you go. That's my basic kind of version of this. And now I can just give it maybe some extra cracks. I'm going to draw a crack right here, and I extended too far. I would have to actually clean that up. But what's really important to know with cracks is the connection points need to be shored up and maybe made thicker. So I could even just draw the cracks, really, or just draw the connection points in the cracks. I'll draw another one here and connect that across to here. I don't even really have to draw the lines. I think having a little bit is kind of nice. I also can double up my line. So I'm going to go with a line here, thicker, and then give it, I'm just putting in some little, here's what I'm doing. So I'll make it larger. I've got a thick line and then a thin line. And what I'm doing is I'm just randomly adding some stuff like that in there. And it really starts to look like I've got a really textured kind of a, craggy crack. It's very, very effective and very simple. I can also just eliminate that line completely and do the same thing. And it's something that's really effective at getting that across. And that's really all there is to it. I mean, the rest of it is, you can detail forever, but what you need to bear in mind is that you have to keep everything pretty clean. So there you go. There's rocks. All right. Back to it. I haven't even started. Right. I got to start.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 10 minutes in here. Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $1.99. This is an old one, Dave. Hey, DNM, thanks again for doing static.
You're welcome, Greg.
Inflatable Sparrow has a super chat for €2. Have a nice summer, you guys. Thanks, Inflatable Sparrow.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, Meredith will. No rest for the wicked, they say. So obviously you're a better person than I am. Well,
sure, let's go with that.
Lost our camera.
All right. I'm just scrolling through to see if Greg said anything about the costume.
Well, he's got lots of time.
Well, he could just respond now, and then we would just know.
Right. Well, I'm sure he will.
I don't see anything, though.
I kind of wanted a little bit more like this.
Oh, here it is. Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $1.99. Thanks so much. It was the first/third one.
Okay, perfect.
And Dan DeSantos is here.
Hey, Dan. Great.
Good Dan to see Dan DeSantos. Hey, Dan, says Eric and Russ and Dave. Hi, Dan. Waiter Shush is here with the super chat for $6.98. Time flies. Thanks for another great season, Dave and Meredith from Hater. Thanks, Hater.
Thank you very much.
And John C. Dave wants to know if you got your Father's Day steak and Brussels sprouts. Yes, steak, no Brussels sprouts. I did asparagus instead.
That's right, which I'm more of a fan of. You know what? I like your Brussels sprouts. They're always good.
I like them too, but I didn't have any. So
I can't win. Just trying to be nice. I hate your Brussels sprouts. How about that?
I just looking at you. That's all I've been doing.
Nobody can see you, including me.
I just looking.
Henry Jeremic says,
I know
you missed this from Henry Jeremic, by the way. He asked if I've heard any of the new Megadeth, and I was not even aware that there was new Megadeth.
Can you figure out what the best way to go is? Do we wear the glasses, which are dirty, and maybe make my... It's like, the readers, it's a catch-22. That's, you see how I just changed course off your Megadeth thing?
What?
I said, do you see how I just changed course off your Megadeth comment?
Well, I haven't heard it, so I can't really...
Nobody cares about Megadeth.
Everyone cares.
Nobody cares about Megadeth.
Everyone cares.
Everybody's going to complain about my microphone, but I put it down.
Oh, by the way,
my glasses.
So, okay, I put up a new video today. The next one will be up very, very shortly. It's all
I thought
finished.
you were going to say you fixed my microphone, but
no, and I did.
No, oh, by the way.
I did fix it. That's actually the oh, by the way. So when I was editing the video, every time at like the beginning of end of sentences, it would trail off and almost go totally quiet. And I was having to edit the beginning and the end and raise it. It was nuts. Anyway, yeah. So I took the noise gate off. It won't be a problem now. What a mess.
Noise gate.
Yeah, a noise gate. What it does is if you go below a certain level of quietness, it just cuts it down to nothing. So it cuts out some breaths and some extra noise, and it just makes it sound cleaner, which is great in theory. But in practice.
Bless me. Oh.
So I'm making them look too old. Hold on.
Oh, it's not good if I'm yawning already. All right, scrolling through the chat. Leon Leclerc says, hi, Dave Meredith. I made it. I was not going to miss the stream.
Great. Good to see you here, Leon. Thank you very much for coming. This stream, aside from the fact that it's the last one before the summer, last Monday night stream before the summer, has been a long time coming because I drew Static Shock for Greg L as a request ages ago. And, I don't want that. Hold on. Let me make a change here. And Static, he's not like, Batman, where he's like a universally known character. But and so I didn't really know the costume as well as I could, and there are a few different versions anyway, and it's such a specific kind of a character, and Greg is such a big fan. I thought, okay, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. Can't draw the wrong costume and leave it at that.
Antoine Washington has a super chat, or not super chat, but just says, happy Monday. Dave and Meredith will miss you all this summer. We'll miss you too, Antoine.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's going to miss you, Meredith. I'll miss you.
Will you?
I have a plan to hopefully maybe sucker Meredith into coming for one this summer. We'll see.
One reason that I will come back.
I know. And I don't know if I can make it happen, but if I can,
we'll see.
I will. Who knows? We'll see. Could happen, though.
It could happen.
By the way, I have an incredible book of the week that you're really going to like this week.
I am? Okay.
And we have, and I want to mention, so book of the week is going to be just a little bit longer because I also want to show you, Eric is going to come on. We've been painting a lot, as you guys know. And
you've been painting?
Well, not lately. I've been a little busy. But yeah, we've been painting. And it's been a journey, to say the least, of, figuring out different things and everything. And Eric has compiled everything that we've got so far into a PDF, which is great. And so, he spent forever on it too. By the way, Russ Hicks helped him edit it, which is very, very appreciated. And
thanks, Russ.
Yes. And it is for sale on Eric's Gumroad. It's $5. It's very, very cheap, but it took him ages. You guys have no idea. What is it? I think it's like 36 pages. Anyway, so Eric's going to talk about that. And I really wanted it. I said to Eric, you know what? I think I'll just skip book of the week so we can just do that. But I was putting some books away just to try and clean the office. I know You're like, really? You clean this?
Yeah.
I do. And yeah.
That's how I feel about my kitchen these days.
Yeah. Hey, I clean the kitchen.
I know.
Somewhat.
Hey, I'm supposed to say, because Eric sent me a message, Mike Zeck is in the house.
Come on. Really?
I don't know. That's what Eric said.
Okay, well, look.
If Eric says it must be true.
I believe it then. Mike Zeck is an absolute legend of do you know who Mike Zeck is? He's a legend of comics for 40 years, more than 40 years. I mean, a long, long time. He, I think, is the most iconic Punisher artist of all time. Actually, there's a Captain America cover. He's punching, and I've done commissions copying that Mike Zeck piece more than once, like a few times. I've done that picture. He's a legend. You know, he's one of the most influential artists of his time. And I say of his time, I mean, we all have my time is 90s, you know, so
yeah.
But also,
Old.
yeah, we're all old.
Not me though. I'm still young.
He's created some of the most iconic images in comics history, images that we all still remember. And so, yeah, well, I'm honored that he would come by.
Welcome, Mike.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know what to say.
He's like, I came to see the Meredith. One Mighty R says, Meredith will come back to the stream because she'll miss us too. I will miss you.
She will.
You know what I won't miss though?
What?
Having any night of the week where I could just fall asleep on the couch and it would be okay at 7:00.
One night of the week.
I work. Mondays are always a hard day for me because I work hard on Mondays.
Yeah, I know. She would say that about any day we had.
I really would because I work hard every day.
All right.
Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $4.99. Dave, don't sweat it. The fact that you did static at all was great, and the picture was awesome. Very much appreciate it.
Really, Greg, I appreciate it. Thank you. And it's not the point. Point is something like that's that specific. I can't let it go when it's wrong. I have a really hard time letting go of a lot of things. I can be a little obsessive, and it has been bothering me for 2 years, like a crazy person. So this is like more about me than anything. I hate to say it.
All right.
I needed to make it right.
Well, it is always about you, Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
So selfish. So selfish. Jamal Rashid, just kidding. He's the most unselfish person I know, and I think we all know this. Jamal Rashid is a super chat for $9.99, and I believe Jamal wants you to know. Hold on, I'm going to scroll back because I think he asked a question. I don't see it, Jamal. He says, all I see is mess up. Hey guys, Finch Squad. Well, Jamal, if you have a question, then hit me up. Thank you for your super chat.
Yes, thank you.
Comic Book Bob says, Mike Zeck, your Wolverine Captain America cover is legit legendary. Sorry.
Yeah,
legit legendary!
It is.
All
Well,
caps.
that's the one I'm talking about. I mean, how many artists could you say that, you know, I've done some covers I'm pretty happy with, but I could not say I could point to one and say, okay, this one is remembered like that. You know, that's a very rare thing. It's an achievement.
Well, I mean, I would say you have covers that I personally remember.
Well, I have some I remember too, but you know, so, I'm a little biased.
I'm wowsy. Devin Vo says, Meredith, today is my birthday. You know what? Who just recently also had a birthday?
Who?
Our friend Tom Morris.
Really?
This past weekend was his birthday.
Is he here?
I don't know if Tom's on the stream. Maybe was it Tom? No, it was Tom Morrison on the stream. Sorry, somebody else, not Tom.
Not Tom's birthday?
No, it was somebody else.
Okay.
Dang it! And I was like, I gotta remember it. And I'm like, no, he's not part of the flock. Dang it!
Well, you were thinking about Tom Morrison.
I was thinking about Tom Morris. And why would somebody have a name Tom Morrison? It's just confusing for me. But I'm going to sing happy birthday to Devin. So there you go. Happy birthday to Devin. Happy birthday to Devin. Happy birthday, dear Devin. I hope you have an amazing summer. Happy birthday to you.
And that's it. Mike says, "Colin, what am I watching?" Out.
If he's on the stream, he should know at least once I'm going to sing happy birthday to somebody. You can't be here without a little Meredith Diddley. Diddy?
Diddy, yeah.
Diddy. A Meredith Diddy. And it's always happy birthday because that's not copyrighted. I keep saying next year I'll learn all kinds of, non-copyrighted stuff, but we know that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm going to be busy on the horses this summer. Greg L. Static Art has another super chat for $4.99. And only if it's not too much or too late to ask, can we have him on his flying disc? It's
yes.
like Silver Surfer on his board.
I can do that. This is part of actually why I wanted to use a pencil tonight. It was two reasons. I really would like Rich to ink this, and I also I just want this one to be right. And the easiest way for me to do that is use a pencil.
And Dave, good news for you.
Okay.
Dan DeSantos says, thanks, Julio Torres. Dave and I will be painting, streaming together sometime over the summer.
Oh, great.
So Dan's committing on the stream.
That is great.
You've got Dan. But Dan, be careful what you promise.
I know. Everybody, that is huge news because so Eric and I have been chasing Dan to do this, and it could not be nicer. But we've been trying to get him to come back. If you guys have missed, if any of you have missed Dan DeSantos' stream that we did 6 months ago, it's a little while ago now.
Check it out.
Yeah, you really have to see it. It's a masterclass of color, tone, a lot of things that I have a very tenuous grasp on. And we've been trying to get him to come back, but he is incredibly busy working on a project that he can't really talk about. So, but it's,
you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. It's a major, major undertaking. So if we can get him to come back, like I said, anytime we can get him back, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the summer or anytime, but if you can come back in the summer, that would be great.
All right, next super chat comes from Anthony G for $19.99. Hey, David Meredith, it's a bittersweet night. Thanks for a great season of inspiration and marital comedy. Counting the days until September. Dave, if you end up seeing my drawing of you as Moon Knight, apologies in advance for the likeness.
I need to see this now.
Well, I think Anthony is Skeletoni on Instagram. So
I actually, I don't know where my phone is. I haven't seen it for over a week.
If I can find it, Anthony.
It's not in the couch. You're going to call it? Yeah, actually, I shouldn't say it's on the couch. I don't know where it is.
No, I'm not going to call your phone. I'm just going to look up Anthony's Instagram on my phone.
To be totally honest with you guys,
I have that technology.
I only said it's not in the couch because I don't want her to start digging through the couch and find all the chip crumbs and everything and then complain about what a slob I am. That's the only reason why I said it's not in there.
Get a vacuum, man.
I do vacuum. The problem is I just keep adding more.
I know. I'm just looking. See if I can.
The irony for me right now is that I'm using a pencil so I can erase easier, and meanwhile I'm being more precious with my line than I am with ink. It's crazy.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. I can't find it.
So
cannot find it right now.
Let me make sure what we're doing here with gloves.
All right. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $9.99. Hi guys. Dave, you did an image of Batman walking up the stairs of a train station that I think is iconic. Usually downshots don't have that sense of intensity you achieved. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very much.
I know exactly what picture you're talking about, Daniel, and I agree. Yeah. He's in a few Batman pieces that I found to be iconic, and Moon Knight.
I've done some that I would definitely say are more popular than other ones, for sure. And like we do prints, and I sell more prints. Like they're more popular, but it's all relative.
All right, Wave is here with the super chat for $20. Hello, says Wave. It's been a while, but it's good to be back. Well, it's good to see you, Wave. Dave, do you know of any way to make ink not blotchy to the naked eye? Thank you.
Yes. Now, I'm not going to do it because what makes it blotchy to the naked eye? And now, the number one thing that will make it blotchy to the naked eye is bad paper. So it's very difficult for me to replicate. I'm using Strathmore 200 series. It's very cheap, actually. It's not expensive paper, but it is really good paper. It holds up very, very well. I really recommend it over some of the more expensive comic paper you can find, and certainly over some of the cheaper stuff. You can end up with a lot of unnecessary problems. Look at me not drawing through, paying for it. You can end up with a lot of unnecessary problems dealing with bad paper. It doesn't erase well. The pencil doesn't want to go on it well, and ink will actually, you put it down and it spiderwebs into the paper, and that's what will really cause that. So if you're having that problem, there's a high likelihood that that's the issue. Another thing that can cause that, the tools that I use, these are not going to ever be as crisp as a traditional brush, and especially a quill. If you want something that is utterly and completely crisp and hard black, hard white line, and like crisp, you need really smooth. This is smooth paper, Bristol, and a quill. That's the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Other Minds has a super chat for 1035. Howdy, Dave and Meredith. Dave, how do we understand the talent of Kim Jong-ji? Is that like a superhuman ability? And have you ever worked with anyone else that has what seems to be a photographic memory?
I've never seen anybody like Kim Jong-ji, Kim Jong-ji, to such an extent, actually, that I told everybody that I knew in comics that I was pretty sure what he was doing, because I'd seen videos and I thought, okay, he must have like a blue line and he's just inking over the blue line. But on the video, you can just key out the blue maybe. And I thought that's got to be what's happening. Like, there's no way that he could be doing this. Well, I was wrong, and he is actually doing that. It's okay. So I heard how he does it. And that is, he'll draw things over and over and over again until he has such a memory of them that he can just do it out of his head. I don't care. Like, it is still superhuman. I firmly believe it's certainly outside of my ability to do. I would never, there's no amount of time or circumstance that would, it's not in my skill set. The closest person I've ever seen to that is Travis Trest. I know I say Trest, it should be Charest, but we all know him as Travis Trest. So, and Travis, he would, when I first got into Image Comics, I sat down beside him. My desk was beside his, and he would start a whole page with panels from an eye and just fan out like tight pencils, just so you'd have a tight head and then a tight head with a shoulder, and the whole picture would fan out from that because he could really see the whole picture. So I'd say that's similar, It's just, there are always going to be people that just have, like anything, music has its Beethovens and its, its geniuses, and art has its Travis Charest and Charest and Kim Jong-ji.
JDSCT wants to know if you and Eric have a plan as far as theme, or just whatever strikes your fancy week to week. Like you were doing all Batman villains. Do you have a theme for the summer?
Our theme actually is
to be online.
I don't have a theme because I really want it to be art focused, guest focused. What I'm really hoping for is, and what it seems like we've managed to get, is a lineup of incredible artists that are willing to come on and share their knowledge with you guys. And so the streams are going to take on really whatever form works for the artist. Some of the people that we have coming, they're incredibly talented. I wouldn't want to say, hey, we want to see exactly this from you. I always feel more comfortable saying, what would you like to get across the most? And whatever it is, I'm more than happy. So I'm going to have to change his legs a little bit to make sure he's on his board, but I got it. So yeah, there'll be some painting. There'll be some drawing. It's going to be a bit of a range.
Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $1.99. Greg says, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you at SuperCon in July, which is, I believe, in Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
And Artisan1979 says, oh, you guys are taking the summer off? Well, brother, I promise I'll make the most of your tutorials these next few months and tag you on Instagram with some of my best works.
Well, great.
Enjoy the summer. He is. And then I responded to Artisan and said, Dave is not taking the summer off. Only Meredith.
Yeah.
No Monday night draw, but they'll be drawing on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday or whatever day of the week it works for Dave.
Tuesday.
He's going to draw on Tuesdays. We can't draw Mondays because Mondays belong to Meredith.
And I should actually throw out there that it's Tuesday.
It's a Meredith Monday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday
It's
unless
not manic. Sometimes it is.
Unless an artist can't do Tuesday, and we need to schedule for the time somebody can show up. So it's a difficult thing. Everybody's busy and everybody has schedules. So I'm pretty willing to be flexible.
Beautiful. One Mighty R has a super chat for $5. I got it.
You're good.
When will you and Rob and Clint do another art review? This summer? That's a good idea.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. Last week we talked about it and I said I need to email, and of course I haven't. So yeah, I'll get on that. I should whisper. It doesn't come through. I'll get on that.
Yeah. Don't whisper.
All right.
Whispering bad. All right. Tarioe is here with the super chat for $4.99. Hey, Dave and Meredith, how are you doing? Can't stay for long. Celebrating my sister's birthday today. It's my excuse to eat a lot of cake. We'll take every excuse we can get, Tari.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been trying to cut back on that excuse. Not perfect, but I've been a little better. I got back to P90X again, by the way. Done 2 of them so far. I skipped today. I figured, you know what? I got the live stream. I'm going to skip. But yeah, I forgot how much it's really good. I like it. I know it's ancient now, but I like it because I know I do the video as much as I've done it a million times before. I do the video and I know the results I'm going to get from it. I know it works and it's all I need to do. So it's good. But at the same time, Tony Horton's jokes, he's the host. After, the 100th watching, they get tough. Tough to watch.
Apparently, Anthony posted in the Finch Flock. I'm trying to find the picture of you as Moon Knight in the Finch Flock page.
You know what? I don't like that leg.
Like out of it. That's what I'm doing. Scanning the page.
It's going to take a little bit of work to try and get this leg working.
Wayne Blackman has a super chat for $5. I had ice cream before the stream. That's the problem. Hey, Dave, Meredith, and Finch family. Wishing everyone a safe and happy summer. Thanks for all the inspiration. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wishing you a happy and safe summer, too. All right, let me look here.
Dave, why don't you ever draw feet?
Yeah, Dave. Why don't you ever draw feet?
Oh, yeah, I could totally draw feet. I just choose not to.
Here we go. Here's Flockmaster as Moon Knight.
That's actually not bad at all. I like it.
It's pretty good likeness.
Yeah.
You did a very good likeness there, Anthony.
I look pretty tough, actually, I think, there.
Yeah. Yeah, you need all the help you can get.
Okay. Take your computer.
Such a softie. Captured the chin and the square glasses. And the nose. He got it all. What a great job.
Oh, I keep losing my camera.
I gotta love it. Gave you a hit. Hit you with the love. Hit you with the love.
I'm gonna have to shift it back a little bit.
All the world needs. All right.
See, I didn't plan this pose with the skateboard in mind, and so now trying to make it work. You know what? We're gonna make it work, one way or another. One way or another.
Did you say you're doing P90X?
Yeah.
Long Journey says P90X is great.
It is. It is.
Jeffrey Niffin is here with a super chat for $1.99. $1.99.
Stop going to that.
Pardon?
Make the mistake, but going to is big. It's like it compounds it.
I'm trying to clear my mouth. I have like mush mouth. I can't speak clearly, and I don't care if it compounds it. This is what you get. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Right.
Thank you so much for your videos on drawing necks, says Jeffrey.
Thank you.
In a super chat for $1.99.
They are a niche video, to say the least. They're not exactly like a video, and there's one more coming. It is the most fun, I think. But yeah, they're not exactly universally popular kinds of videos, but I really wanted to do them because it's so much the way that I learn. I'm changing this. I hate it. I hate it. We need to work on this.
As you erase it, I'll read another super chat from Tarioe for $1.99. Tari says, I hope you've been great. I do love the live streams. Especially when Meredith goes, bleh.
Nobody loves that.
Bleh, bleh, bleh.
Nobody loves that. Try this angle. I'm trying to match the feet onto the angle. It's just not fitting. And I didn't want to have to redo the whole figure.
Eric says, I gave up P90X when the yoga DVD came up. I quit right then and there on the floor in a defeated position.
Yeah, he told me that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yoga. It's good for all of us. We just don't do it enough.
I did Taekwondo for years. I'm not crazily flexible anymore. I used to be, but I'm still flexible enough that I can do the yoga.
Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $1.99.
Oh, I hate it.
Do you do the ohms in the yoga section? He does not.
No.
Does anybody do the ohms?
No, there's a limit. There really is.
Dave will not do the ohms.
I do the Karen Potsters.
The what?
Karen Potsters. So you lean over and you swing your arms around like this. I'm telling you, what? There's some weird kind of,
Is Karen stirring the pot?
This is pre Karen being a mean thing to call someone. This is just the name of the woman that came up with it. Anyway, there are a lot of really weird stretches and that kind of thing in P90X, but I'm back into it first week and I'm not bad. Like I'm not that stiff versus just lifting weights. If I don't do that for a bit and I get into it, I'm a wreck.
Lance DeBoyer, no, Henry Jeremick says one of them. Somebody said it. The defeated position is called corpse. You just lie like a corpse. That's the defeated position. You're dead.
Yeah, it's the. I'm gonna fix this too. It's the. We could be here all night while I try and fix these feet.
Psycho Pomp Inc. that said that defeated position, also called corpse.
I get it in my head that I'm drawing a certain thing, and it's like it does not matter, and I fight with it until I finally.
It's like driving with you.
Yeah, and then I finally go okay, and I just have to pull back and then just totally rethink, and that's what I'm doing now. Finally.
Driving with Dave is like that.
Yeah, I don't adapt well.
Daniel Castelli is another super chat for $1.99. He says, "Do the ohms. You must trust me."
He's just messing with me now. You know that, right?
No, maybe not.
Maybe
there is something to be said in the ohming of the ways.
Maybe.
The vibration of the ohm as it goes through your body.
Now I want to change this arm. And I'm going to, you know what? Everybody be glad. Everybody's tuning out right now. But I'm like, when's the last time you guys have seen me totally blow a character like this, though?
Yes, remember me.
I'm just making excuses. I never go.
First reader says, I love P90X, but I love Insanity more. Dave
Yeah.
did not like Insanity.
No, I found I liked it after doing a full round of P90X, and this is a few years ago, clearly. I did Insanity. And I just lost my window here. Thankfully, you guys are all still here. And I really liked it, but you need to be in such good shape to do that. It's bananas. It's too much.
Anthony G says, I did P90X up until the point I want to die. So about 20 minutes. And then Daniel Caselli has another super chat for $1.99. Daniel says, I'm serious about doing the ohms.
Yeah.
It massages the nervous system.
Dang it.
There you go. You're going to have to do the ohms.
I'm going to tell you right now that if this were any other circumstance, I would say there's no way I'm not going to do it.
I'm ohming.
But I'm going to do it. I'll do it and I'll let you know.
I wonder if
the thing
I
is,
feel more relaxed already.
Do you really? All right, I'm going to do it. You know what?
I can, because it vibrates in your chest. It really does give your whole body a sensation.
A million yogis can't be wrong. Is that what you call?
I guess not. Wave has another super chat for $20. Dave, have you ever struggled with drawing motivation? And if so, how did you handle it? Thank you.
Yeah, I absolutely have.
And then Meredith told them that we need to pay the mortgage.
Yeah, look, yeah. I'm going to say there are a couple of things. I find I can struggle with, I'm just not happy with the work. And the only solution I've ever found for that is to just sit and make his knee a little bit longer, a little higher. Just keep working with it and not let it be mediocre. And sometimes that can take ages, and I just put everything I have into a picture, and it can really be energizing. And then the other problem I can have is I can just spend forever. I cannot believe how much I'm fighting with this figure right now. This is, yeah, you know what? This is what it looks like sometimes, unfortunately. And I know I'm breaking my own rules of you always have to draw through. I'm not drawing through, I'm drawing the pants. So let me just draw through properly. All right, there we go. I just dropped my eraser. And the other one is yeah, I just need to just start moving the pencil. I ran into that actually a few weeks ago where I was actually getting to the point where it's just getting really depressing. Like I was so far behind. I'm constantly behind, and I just didn't have it didn't matter. I could finish a whole page, but I'm so far behind that it felt like it was pointless. And I just started cranking through some stuff, and it can be pretty empowering getting through that. So that helped. There's no one answer. And really the motivation is similar to working out, which I have been struggling with for years right now. So hard for me to really say that I have the answer to motivation. It's easier to be motivated in things that you have no choice but to do.
Like pay the mortgage.
Get your wife off your back.
Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $1.99. Greg says, sorry, Dave, I feel like my request is causing issues.
Yeah, but you know what? This is the job. Like, really, this is not an art focused stream tonight. This is supposed to be just me drawing. So it's not ideal that I'm screwing up like this, but it's bound to happen. And this is part of the job. And you know what? I'm going to make this work one way or another. It's going to be the best that I can make it. And yeah, sometimes it just goes that way. And it's very humbling when this happens, because I start to feel like everything I'm drawing is just looking bad. It's like you get exposed. I don't know what I'm doing all of a sudden. It's very uncomfortable. But you know what? It's what it is. I'm just glad. I have to admit, I actually don't mind too much how much I'm struggling because I've done so many of these now. If this was like the first one or the second one, I would be ready to shut off the stream and run upstairs crying.
Well,
not literally. I don't cry.
Yevskolov art. Yevskolov art. I don't know. I know I butchered that, but it says making me feel so much better, Dave, since I do all the same things during a drawing process, rethink and redraw a bunch.
Yeah, you have to be willing to do it. His arm is too long now. Ideally, like it's so much nicer when it just flows, and sometimes it does, but when it doesn't, you have to be willing to find a way through it. And I've had times when I've really struggled and I end up with something that actually is better than I would have maybe otherwise done. And then I've had times where that just has not been the case. And I don't like it. How mad are you going to be if I redraw the leg? I don't care.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I was, but it's only 8:47. Oh, you know what?
It's getting to be a bit of a problem right now.
Well, I was drawing the legs like they're draped down and trying to just individually fix the legs and not working. I need to just rethink. This will be fast now because actually I know what I want to do. I finally have a plan.
Samuel Reyes has a super chat for $10. Samuel says, when I do yoga, I just think about cheeseburgers the whole time. I hope you're both having a good night. Dave, you could move the knee up and then push the foot further forward.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Foreshortening.
That is exactly what I'm doing. And it's working. So thank you for the advice. I mean, I was already doing it, but yeah, it's yeah, the whole pose just wasn't working. And so I'm trying to fight. Like it's a problem. Okay.
Got it now?
Got it. Now this is gonna work.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you positive?
Stop it.
You want like 100%?
100. I'm like 95%. Is that good enough? Yeah, I'm pretty confident at this point. I'd be more confident if I could find my eraser. I'm actually sweating at this point. Like, really? And it's gone. All right, we're gonna use this one. This is officially the most trouble I've ever had. And Greg, don't feel bad. This is how it goes. Ultimately, once I get the drawing down, it'll be quick.
All right. Henry Jeremic wants to know, Dave, I'm asking this question because Dan Genovese also seconded the question.
Okay.
How is your Creator on Secret project coming? How complete is it? Like what percentage?
It's actually coming along very, very quickly. It is, I think his pants are just a little bit longer. It's 4/5 of the way done, and it will be finished this year. And actually, when I'm talking about how I was just feeling helpless, I'm just not getting enough done. That's exactly what I was talking about, that project. I just got bogged. It happens. I got bogged down and burnt out, so I just did a double page spread. I'm so happy with it. I got to tell you, Meredith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just finish it?
No, I finished on Friday, but
the one that okay.
But yeah, thrilled. And it's better than it would have been had I spent forever fighting with it.
Beautiful. Sorry, had a big yawn there. Oh, Story by Osmosis has a super chat for $10. Hey, Dave and Meredith, thanks for a fantastic season of art and flocking. Like Dave, I don't need the song, but I turned 40 and Monday Night Draw is one of the reasons I'm excited about this decade. Thank you for all.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you just turned 40. I have to say happy birthday.
He specifically said he didn't want the song. I heard him. I heard that. We all heard that.
Yeah, but I would treat him like I treat you and completely ignore that. Happy birthday to Story by Osmosis. Happy birthday to Story by Osmosis. Happy birthday to Story by Osmosis. Because if he didn't want the song, he wouldn't have mentioned that he had a birthday. Happy birthday to you, Story by Osmosis. There's one way to make sure that I don't sing a happy birthday. And there's only one way.
Now you know.
Now you know.
All right.
And now you know the rest of the story. Tomic Art has a super chat for 99 cents. I bought a lot of people didn't get that. Tomic says, I'm late. You're fine, Tomic.
Oh, Tomic, let me tell you what you missed.
A lot of erasing.
A lot of erasing. It's been an adventure. I'm struggling. I had a pose that I liked, but then he needs to be on his disc, and it wasn't working for that. And then I'm trying to make a pose that was not on a disc, work on the disc, instead of just kind of pulling up stakes and making it work, like fixing it properly. And I'm hoping this is fixing it. But you know what? This is, I don't know, Meredith, it's really hard for me to have too many regrets about going through this, because it is what it is.
Yeah,
This is not the first time. It looks better.
Yep.
Like it's.
Well, here's exciting news. Kella Serena is here. She says, hi, Dave and Meredith. From our crew, we have the newest member of the Finch flock, Joey, who was born on Saturday. Got home from the hospital in time to tune in. Oh, congratulations. Welcome to the flock, little Joey.
Yeah, congratulations. That's great.
So happy for you. Thank you for coming home and sitting to listen to us.
Well, and sharing that with us.
Yes.
It's great news. Start of many sleepless nights.
See, everybody was like, Meredith, Nick from Detroit, Meredith Finch, sing it. Extreme Maybe, song. One Mighty R, she gotta sing it. See?
Wow.
Flock knows. That's how it goes.
Oh, the amount of pictures that I've done over the years that, I mean, you have no idea. When you see the finished picture, you see the finished picture. You don't see the torture that goes into this sometimes when it doesn't work. And it just happens.
Yeah. Biracial Angel has a super chat for $1, but I don't see a comment. So Angel, hit me up, tag me so I can read whatever comment or question you have. And thank you for the super chat. And guess what? Story by Osmosis says, haha, I'm sincerely sorry, Dave, but thank you, Meredith.
See? There you go.
Everybody wants a song.
I'm glad.
Samuel Reyes says, Meredith, if he didn't want the song, you can sing it for all the rest of us whose birthdays are in the summer while you're out. Samuel, I'm one of those summer birthdays. And when I was a kid, everybody at school would get their lockers decorated, and I would just have to suck it up. Nobody would decorate my locker August birthday.
This sounds like the origin story for DreamWorks third-rate kind of holiday cartoon person, villain.
The Summer Birthday Squad.
When I didn't get my birthday because it was.
I just copyrighted that because I announced it. So
Summer Birthday Squad.
The Summer Birthday Squad. Nobody else can do any kind of project without clarifying and getting my okay and using that name.
Yeah, I'm sure you're safe.
I know it sounds kind of good. Could be like a whole teenage, Sweet Valley High story.
Yeah.
The Summer Birthday Squad. Wave has a super chat. Oh, here we go. Biracial Angel wants to know, Dave, do you have any news on Multicon? Will you be doing signings?
I don't know what Multicon is. Where is it?
I don't know. He signs at every convention.
Oh, okay, yes.
I guess it's ridiculous to ask what multicon is because the answer to the question is yes.
Yes, I'll be.
There's
yes.
never a convention you go to at which you don't sign.
Right. Yes, I'll be signing.
Get caught up in the details when you need to see big picture.
You know what? Maybe that's the problem I had with this picture.
Maybe. That's why you have me and the flock to help you out. Wave has a super chat for $10. Dave, are you familiar with Albrecht Durer? He did some super rad pen and ink. He lived in the 1500s. His work has a similar dark inky tone.
I am, and yeah, he was absolutely incredible. He was a legend. So yes, it's been actually a long time since I've looked at any of his work, I have to admit.
You ready? Get the ink. It looks good. Get the ink.
Oh no,
Get the
I'm penciling.
ink.
This
You
is
doing
all
it in pencil?
Yeah, this whole thing has me. Normally by now I'd be halfway through the second figure, I swear.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Okay, and he needs
Ay,
his.
ay, ay.
Hey, what can I say?
Joe Zark wants to know, does Meredith like to draw too? Meredith does not draw.
Meredith can barely draw breath. You hear her coughing.
So funny. I would have said Meredith can't draw a round circle, but you just really took it to a whole nother level.
That was pretty good, you got to admit.
Meanness. So mean. I'm going to cry now. Meredith has other hobbies.
I shouldn't be criticizing your drawing after I've gone through all this with this
Yeah,
one.
seriously.
This is going to work out, though, in the end.
Hush. I have to read a comment. CJ Art says, Meredith Finch, hi, I'm 11. And I want to ask Dave about poses of the character with the back facing toward you. How do you draw that?
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on the back right here. And what you need to do in order to draw a character from behind, the first thing you need to know is that all of your major forms, this would be my chest. I'm going to draw this from the front quickly. And it's basically like a vest. This would be an armhole. My head hole is here. And then I've got a trunk for my stomach and lower back. And then your pelvis is like an underwear or superhero kind of bathing suit. You know, Superman's pants would be like this. And then you have a tube for your leg, tube for your other leg, and your arms come out. I draw a ball for the shoulders like this. My neck comes out the top and my head comes out here. And so here's a pose from the front. So to draw a character from behind, what I'm doing is drawing the back of that vest. And then my trunk is here. And something that's very, very important, if I angle my chest forward, and this is from the side, I always want to have, I don't want to draw a character that's standing directly straight. So my chest is here, my pelvis is here, my legs are like this. It's very, very stiff. What I want to do is create a bit of a flow. So here's my chest forward, and then I'm going to bring my back and my legs out. You'll see. And so here's my head. My pelvis is going to be out this way. Here's my upper leg. And here's my foot here. I'm going to have to put the other foot behind it because he'd fall over. But I can lean my chest forward that way. So there you go. If I have my chest up, I'm going to angle it. This is the front of my character this way. My head's here. And now my pelvis is going to go this way. And so I get this kind of a shape. My upper leg is going to stick out here. I can draw a line directly down and actually draw the back, the lower leg across the back of that line, and it works. And so that's basically what we're drawing here. So that's why I've got this whole shape bending backward this way. And I can use
this line to really describe that. This is my center line. And so here's my lower back. It's curving inward, and my underwear shape from behind is going to curve back outward this way. And so here it is. A hole for the leg, a hole for the other leg. And then my legs are going to come out of it. So it really comes down to just learning, and my neck is going to come forward like this. It really comes down to learning your basic forms and being able to interpret them, being able to turn them around in space. This isn't really the best drawing, to say the least, but it kind of gets the point across, hopefully. And so anytime I'm drawing a character from behind, I need to bear in mind that I'm not drawing the front of the chest with, this would be my rib cage here. That's kind of what I'm describing with that curved line here. And I'm not going to go with this kind of a shape here because my stomach fits here. I'm going more with a flat line across the back and then slanted sides like this for where your buttocks go, and then your hip bones go here and your legs attach here. This can get a little bit more complex, but generally speaking, it really comes down to understanding, especially your chest area and your pelvis. And if you can work with those well, you'll be able to draw characters from behind much more effectively.
Thank you, David.
Welcome.
Do you know what time it is now?
9:02. Okay, so it is time for the book of the week. And for that, I'm going to have Eric come on first. I'd really like to talk about the PDF that Eric's got up on Gunroad. By the way, you can find a link to it in the description for the video here. And so Eric should turn up just a minute here. I'm going to draw it. He's coming as soon as he shows up.
I'm going to read this super chat from Stone Tower Graphics for $9.99. Thank you guys once again for this channel. Can't usually tune in live, but I watch all the episodes during the week. Still the best content out there. Bless y'all and have a great summer. Thank you, Stone Tower.
Thank you very much.
You have an amazing summer too.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Thank you very, very much. All right.
We got
We
Eric.
have Eric. Here we go.
Eric.
Hello.
Eric.
Hello. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yep. Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Good. I always have to switch cameras from the desk back. So
I love the shirt. It's the Stranger Things season 4 Hellfire Club shirt. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it at the comic shop and I had to have it. So yeah, such a great season.
Yep.
Definitely on par with season 1.
So do you have anything you can preview for us?
Yeah. So let me share my screen real quick. Let's see. Yeah, so Dave, as Dave was mentioning, we've been, painting for over a year now, and been trying various things, trial and error, you name it, we've tried it, and we settled on a nice process to streamline painting and to take away guesswork. I will also say though that even though we have a process, you can still deviate from it a little bit.
Which Dave does all the time.
We both do, yeah.
I mean, there's no way I can paint like David, but I'm using the same process, and I can put a different flair on it, and it's still the same process, just with different flavor. And the whole goal of this process is to, obviously time. You want to be able to be efficient with it. If you paint yourself into a corner, excuse the pun, you want to be able to get out of that, and this process really helps with that. It's a process that we've taken from various artists that we admire, and then just trying to figure out exactly how they did it. Fortunately, we've had the opportunity to speak to like Ariel Olivetti, for example. We took a bit from him, a bit from what like Mike Butkus is doing, et cetera, and we kind of landed on something that works and is repeatable, which is what you want. So I was painting this. I was originally going to make it a video, but because that freaks me out too much, I decided just to just to do a step-by-step guide. So I took a ton of pictures. I put it in this PDF and went into each step in detail. And if anyone chooses to get it, first of all, thank you. And at the same time, my email's in there. So if you need any help with with anything, just give me a shout. So yeah, just go through the various steps of the we have the tools that I used in creating this. I explain why they're all used. The paints that I used over here, Dave. I actually used some slow dry stuff, which just for the background, because I just generally struggle with blending.
I mean, it looked great in the picture.
Yeah, so that's a bit where I deviated here. And then something new that I want to get David to try is masking fluid. It worked like a charm. So I'm going to be using that again. I explain the process in here. Just got some pages that
I've got masking fluid, so I'll have to try it. I've never tried it. I bought it. It's in a drawer.
It's super easy to use, but you got to use a brush that you don't mind destroying. There's ways to get around destroying the brush. You can dip it in soap first or whatever, but just use a brush you don't mind destroying. You just go over the different stages, the under drawing, which is definitely the most important part. That's where you need to be spending most of your time. Just go through explaining that.
36 pages, by the way. I mean, this is a book.
Yeah, it started off pretty small, and then I was like, you know what, I really need to go into this. I really think this is a good idea. And again, shout out to Russ, who I think Russ can write a novel and it sound amazing. Yeah, he really helped me with editing it and making sure if I wasn't explaining something enough, he definitely helped me realize that. So I go over some of the paint mixtures, muting them down, etc., and explaining that. Let's see. Utilization of the airbrush, which has become a staple of our process. You don't have to have an airbrush, but it really, really helps define the form. It's a bit of a cheat code.
Yeah, it really is.
Colored pencils. I explain exactly what's going on there, and then also the new introduction is the white gesso, which is a Mike Butkus. Mike Butkus uses this because white gesso, you can water it down a lot and it will not run. It holds its consistency very well. So I go in and I explain that and yeah.
Yeah, well, it boils down well over a year of pain and anguish that we have gone through trying to learn this whole thing, and it explains it in a really, really nice looking package. And I think it's a great companion for when we get the chance to do another one of these painting streams where we're just painting the two of us and doing this kind of thing again. It's something I think that would be really helpful to have, because we really do try as much as we can to explain everything that we're doing, but it can be difficult and things get missed, and some of those things can be very important. So yeah, it's a great book. So yeah, thank you very much, Eric. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks to you guys for allowing me to show it on here. So it's the PDF of the week, not the book of the week, right? But,
PDF of the week, yes.
Yeah, and if anyone's interested in getting it, just use the code that Russ, the Finch Flock code, and you can get 20% off of it. And again, just reach out to me with any questions you may have. My email's in there. I'd love to hear from folks, see what they're doing with it, and if it helps. I definitely want to know if it helps.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
I'm always so dead, Dave. When I see that big red button on the top right.
Oh, you're gonna have
that end broadcast button. Man,
we're done.
My blood runs cold every time I almost. Okay. We'll see you guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Eric.
Bye.
All right. That was,
by the way,
you don't have another book of the week.
I do, but you know what? I'm just going to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to save this one
This is going to be my first book of the week back. This is one of my biggest influences. This book is so trashed. I found it. I could not find this book for ages. I just found it again. And so I really want to go over this properly, and we'll do that in September.
All right.
Pumped about this one. Okay.
All right. Ross Main has a super chat for £5. Hey, David Meredith. Do you think inking a pro artist pencils would improve one's understanding of form? Thinking about doing this after completing Bridgman.
I think that, yes, it absolutely would. That's kind of with the... you have to have a certain amount of understanding of what they're doing. Otherwise, it becomes kind of paint by numbers. I don't know how many times I hit this, it keeps doing that. And you don't get anything out of it. But if you have a pretty good understanding and you've developed a fair amount, you'll learn a lot by inking somebody. I learned a huge amount inking Scott Williams on a picture. This is 2 years ago now, a little more actually. It's before the YouTube channel, just before the YouTube channel. I inked Scott Williams on an X-Men picture, and it was an experience. It was great to do. Get my reference here.
And Black Masters has a super chat for $1. Thank you for doing this. Doing this helps inspire me to keep drawing at 50.
Well, thank you very much. And, apologies for the struggles, but struggles are what it is sometimes. It really, I don't know what to say about it other than if I was being totally truthful, I would rather not ever struggle, and these all just would go perfectly. But to me, the biggest fail would be to either make it, not be happy with it and just leave it and say, good enough. Or when Greg said he wanted him on his disc, for me to say, you know what, I can't do that because it'll make it too hard and it's not fitting with the figure that I had drawn. That's like a total fail. I think part of being a comic artist, or an important part, is being able to roll with the changes and be adaptable. So, Greg, happy to do it.
All right. I just want to confirm, Biracial Angel said that the Comic-Con is in Nashville, which is a Comic-Con that you're going to. And yes, because Dave will be signing.
I will be, yeah.
You sign every convention you go to. They always. That's why he's going, to sign the books.
Yeah.
To see the people and sign the books. All right. Next super chat comes from Michael Johnson Curry for $4.99. Got the dreaded Mr. 19. Taking it easy and rewatching your vids. Your voice and Warhammer lore vids is healing me faster. God bless and enjoy your break.
Thank you very much. Well, hopefully you'll feel better soon. Yeah, nobody wants to get sick, that's for sure, especially when the weather's nice. Now, you're in Texas, so weather's always nice. At least there's that, but yeah, hopefully you
in
feel
the
better
summer?
soon. Actually, yeah, if you're going
to... pretty hot in Texas in the summer.
Yeah, you want to be inside the air conditioning.
We're in a heat wave, and I wouldn't want to be in Texas because they know heat wave more than we do.
Yeah, they do. You're right. It's true.
Get better soon. Get better soon, Michael. Johnny D has a super chat for $5. Nice to see Static. I love watching the show while growing up. They don't make cartoons like that anymore. This really brings back memories.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny. Appreciate it. There's never as good a cartoon as what you saw when you were 12. Isn't that true?
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Thundercats. Love that show. Jonathan Israel has a question for you, David. Meredith Finch would love to know what Dave's opinion is about the whole drawing from the shoulder versus wrist debate.
I'm more of a wrist drawer, truthfully. That is not to say that I have like some kind of an opinion on what's better. I am not as fluid and loose with my pencil as a lot of artists, and I've never been able to be. So that was something that was a real problem for me starting. A lot of artists, Billy Tan, for instance, had an incredibly smooth and beautiful line, both with ink and with pencil. And I remember trying to get something like that. He wasn't the only one. I mean, there were, Mike Turner had a great line. A lot of the artists did. And I had a very clunky line. I couldn't achieve what they were doing. And so I know I'm more of a wrist drawer. I don't know if that's a control issue or what it is, but to a certain extent, I think, my advice, if it matters in something that is not really my strong suit, would be, if you can draw well and flowingly with your arm, you're probably going to be better off. You might end up with less carpal tunnel as you get older. But if you have a style that doesn't lend itself to that doesn't feel natural to you, then, drawing from the wrist is fine. I think it's always worked for me. Like you can see here, my hand is planted and everything I'm doing is really from my wrist. And it's not the right way to do it. It's not the wrong way to do it though either. It's just the way that I have to do it.
All right. Acronon 47 has a super chat for $5. Or Arachronon. Or Acronon. It's after 9 o'clock. Everything just starts melting. Hey, Dave, a request. I would love to see a Darth Vader piece to help show how to shade characters in dark clothes.
That would be a lot of fun. And I would almost be guaranteed to have an easy pose with that one.
Yeah, there's only one Darth Vader pose.
Well, yeah. He's not known for
Action.
Acrobatics.
No.
Yeah, that would actually be a lot of fun. I will say, every time you see Darth Vader in the movies, or when you see comics that use reference of Darth Vader, generally speaking, the lighting is copied from multiple light sources. And it's so reflective. You see just lights all over the place. And it looks very, very cool. But trying to replicate that, I know some artists that actually, a good example is Adam Hughes, who does, he'll draw Catwoman and he'll draw like a really shiny kind of a latex costume. And it has this really reflective look with incredible highlights everywhere. I can't do that well. It's not something, I can't do it. So that's a factor for me with Darth Vader. If I'm making it look like proper Darth Vader, I'm just looking at a picture, and I don't know that's helpful. If I'm drawing Darth Vader with out of my head, it might be interesting actually, because every time I've ever done them, I've had to copy the lighting. It'd be interesting to try and do it and not copy lighting. I don't know if it'd be helpful. Probably end up with another fail.
All right. Dan Lassard has a super chat for $5. Dan says, good evening, Finches. Happy last stream of the season. May God bless everyone's summer. Amen.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Everyone has an amazing summer. Amazing, blessed summer. Random Pat has a super chat for $10. Hi, Dave. I'm attending Fan Expo in Boston in August. Was planning on showing my portfolio to the artists there, such as Joe Q and Michael Golden. Any tips on what I should show and how to approach?
3 pages. Make sure to show storytelling, especially to both of those guys. Joe Quesada is one of the greatest single character pinup shot or multiple character pinup shot, whatever it is, pinup shot character. He's one of the greatest at drawing splash pages of all time, but he is really at heart a storyteller. And he's very, very good at reading and picking out good storytelling. And it's very important to him. So definitely show storytelling. You really need to anyway. To get work, it's something that people need to see. So 3 pages, a good range of story. In terms of approaching them, Joe Quesada is very quiet and he can seem a little unapproachable. Truth be told, he really can. But he is a very, very nice guy and very supportive. And I'm sure will be, if he's really, really busy, then that's a different story. And it's kind of outside his control. But otherwise, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to look at your work and offer you a lot of help. He's great. And Michael Golden too. They're both very, Michael Golden actually was the art director for Marvel for a while too. So yeah, you could not beat those 2 artists for people to come look at your stuff or to go and show your stuff too. Anyway. right, go.
I got you a lawnmower.
Hey, great. Okay,
Pick
good.
it up tomorrow.
Perfect. So we have a ditch in front of the house, right? And I've got the riding lawnmower because you need one out here, and then I've got the weed whacker. But the weed whacker in the ditch will take you all day, and the riding lawnmower you can't do it anyway. So I needed a lawnmower that doesn't have the auto drive. I can just up and down the ditch. So that is good news. So thank you.
My chat screen just got messed up.
Okay.
It's like only showing me half the chat. Like it's kind of looped in a weird way. Like I can't see the first two letters of people's names.
I'm sorry for your pain.
Yeah. I don't want to mispronounce somebody's name. That would be bad.
I very much am hoping Rich can do this too. He's very good at interpreting detail when I start having trouble. So
SCS Powerlifting has a super chat for $5. I see. This is the problem because that is a nice wrap.
because that is a nice wrap job on the pencil,
I can't read the whole thing.
but I'm gonna miss that angelic voice singing birthday songs all summer long. And yeah, you're right. I think I missed the. Oh no, it's a $5 super.
No, it was a $5 super.
And
I
he's
got that.
super chatting because it's a nice wrap up. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, SES.
But what I'm saying is I can't like my chat starts at USE. Us. Sometimes-
USE is use. Or
USE,
because right,
because.
okay.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
My screen blipped and I can't make it. I can't fix it.
You know what? If you would stop using Mac.
Stop it. I'm gonna try to pop the chat out. If I do that, I'm gonna just mess it more. Let's go to top so I can pop it out.
I really miss when I'm working with ink. I tend to a lot of just really jagged shapes like this that I can create with a pencil. I move away from it a little bit and it gets a little more fluid. And I like using these sorts of shapes when I'm drawing.
Hide chat. Now I can't get the chat back. How do we get the chat back?
Not that I want to ignore what you're saying, but you always seem to work this stuff out. And every time, what's going to happen is the minute I turn around, you'll go, "Oh, it's good. I got it fixed."
There it is. Show chat right at the top. That worked. It fixed it
Did
for
I
me.
call that?
Brad Scott Art has a super chat for $20. I just have panic moments and I fix it. Hola, David. I loved seeing you work through your drawing this evening. It was actually very inspirational. Plus, you gotta love Static Shark and Shock. Sorry. One for the road for the summer break. Miss Meredith rocks.
Thank you so
Miss
much, Brad.
Meredith rocks. I had to do it because it was all in caps. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, my ego really does not want to fail and have so much trouble with a picture live like this, but it's not such a bad thing to struggle because we all do it.
Struggle is real.
I feel less bad, for instance, like I did the stream with Johnny Desjardins last year, who I'd really like to get on again at some point. And I was doing, you remember, Meredith, I did the palette knife painting.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and my painting could pretty fairly be called a fail, but it's not what I do, so it doesn't hurt too much. When it's drawing and this is what I do and it fails, it stings. But it happens.
It does. Everything happens. Johnny D has a super chat for $5. Just started drawing Jason Solo from the old Star Wars Expanded Universe. Dave, have you read many Star Wars books?
I read all the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn, and I actually have the comics. Amazingly, so I read all the books, and I'm a massive fan years and years ago. And then the comics were actually drawn by Olivier Vatine, who is one of my absolute favorites. I showed Aqua Blue, and I'm pretty sure I showed Newark
from Olivier Vatine. I don't know that I've shown his Star Wars stuff. I need to do that at some point for Book of the Week. So yeah, that's for me. It's all about Timothy Zahn. That's all of my favorite expanded universe stuff, and I think it's, you know what, Disney has to make a decision about what they want to put out. Not for me to say, you know, what they should do. Obviously, you know, I'm not the writer or anything, but I personally would like to see more expanded universe stuff. And I get the impression, I don't know, am I wrong, that there's going to be some Thrawn stuff? Maybe. I'm hoping anyway. Be good to see.
It's literally like you're talking another language. But I know there are people out there that speak that language. So
yeah.
there you go. Random Pat has a super chat for $5. Random Pat says, thanks for the tips. I'm going to devote the next 6 weeks to working on new samples. Hopefully I'll get to show you them on a critique stream sometime.
Sounds good, and good luck. And again, yeah, if you are able to show either Joe Quesada or Michael Golden your work, you absolutely have to do it. That's something I would have been pretty thrilled to be able to do when I was trying to get work, really ever. Joe Quesada was my boss for a long time at Marvel, and he was very helpful that way. He's actually the first artist that ever showed me SketchUp. I'm pretty sure that I've showed you guys SketchUp. Well, I know I have in videos. SketchUp is a very simple 3D program, and Joe Quesada started using it for some things in the early 2000s. And I was at Marvel visiting my editor. This is not something that happened often. I think it was actually the first time I'd ever even gone to Marvel. And I went to his office. I was talking to him for a bit, and he was showing me all this stuff with SketchUp. Look, I can do this, and he was having fun with it. And so yeah, I went home and jumped on it, and it's a great tool. So I learned a lot from him. I definitely recommend, if you can, to show him his stuff, your stuff. Even if he's not showing artists your work, they're not giving out work. That's the drawback. But they can definitely give you some of the best feedback.
All right. Rodacine Illustrations has a super chat for $4.99. Hello, I'm recently posting not very good vids. You're one of the best inspirations I watch on YouTube.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I will say this. I don't feel like I post the most exciting videos on the face of the earth. You know, they're not exactly poppy, but it's really important to me that they get across, you know, artistically what I want to get across, and are an accurate representation of the way that I understand how to draw. And so, you know, it's always very gratifying when you guys appreciate them and like them. Thank you.
Story by Osmosis has a super chat for $5. Question for Dave. What superhero series character do you feel you connect with the most from a personality point of view?
It's such a tough one. The truth is, I don't really. Every superhero character is always such a like Spider-Man is. He's got a great sense of humor. He's always very positive. He really certainly tries to be. He's very honorable. You know, and I'd love to be able to say, oh yeah, I really identify with that, but not always, you know. And then there's Batman, who's, you know, awesome. I identify with Batman in the sense that he won't quit. He doesn't give up. And, you know, a lot of characters have that. Wolverine, I probably identify with more, but it's always parts of them, you know. I don't think I'd make the best superhero.
You're already my superhero.
There you go.
You can't have him. Mohan Kitten has a super chat for $5. You're one of my favorite artists for the Hulk. You always make him look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love the Hulk. I didn't get really the chance to do him as much as I would like at Marvel. And I
I did covers for World War Hulk. This is, it was a different era then. When I say I did covers for World War Hulk, I mean I did the covers. Those were the covers, and there were alternate covers, just one set. But I did, now you say you did the covers for something, and it's like 40 different covers. Everybody's done a cover.
Johnny D says, Meredith Finch, Dave, you got 259,000 subscribers and you feel like you don't make exciting videos. Stop and look at yourself for once and realize you've done an amazing job.
Thank you. I
like that comment because it's a segue into saying, if you haven't already subscribed to this awesome channel, then what are you waiting for? And I am going to be like number 408. What number are you going to be? Hit the like button now.
So I'm moving through pretty quick now. Well, pencils is
9:30.
I know pencils is fast though. And I knew once I got that leg done, the legs done.
Pencils doesn't look fast.
I'm doing my best. Trying to be positive. When's the last time you see me struggle so much though? I mean, look, it's not like this is unheard of. It happens.
I don't see you struggle much at all because you almost never draw in front of me anymore. You used to sit on the couch and draw all the time.
Yeah, actually, it's true. The only time you'd ever see me draw is now, and you're not really watching.
Yeah. So I never see you draw anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Henry Jermick says, Eric Grover, you guys planning on the Tuesday thing like right away, like tomorrow or next week? Oh, come on, Henry, not tomorrow.
Next week. Next week. Next week, Henry. Next week.
You guys are suckers for punishment, man.
Gluttons. That's the saying.
You know what their saying can be?
What?
I'm out. Why are you going to do that?
Because it's...
Why are you going to be that way?
It's gratifying to belittle you. I don't know. See, this is why I could never be a superhero.
Because he's mean.
Yeah.
Mean man.
I have no good reason why I behave the way I do.
No, you take secret delight. Listen, I don't have to make sense. I'm fully 2 hours past my bedtime. What time are you up in the morning?
7:30 today.
Yeah, I woke you up. You had to get the garbage out. Markeel Scott has a super chat for $1.99. Markeel just has a bunch of little goats because you're the goat.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's great.
And Cross Contour says Jim Lee was struggling yesterday on his live stream. Must be in the air.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there you go. I'm in good company then.
Yep. One My Art says, I subscribed twice. My art account and my personal account. You guys are the best. Goku Kakaro says, Mr. David Finch, I was watching your How to Draw Female Hips video and drawing along, and I just want to say that your tutorial was the most helpful thing I've ever watched.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That was, I learned a lot doing that one myself, actually. And that definitely happens. There are times, the neck one was really unusual for me because there are times I'll do tutorials and I end up doing a bit of study myself, just trying to, learn how to break things down in a way that is more effective. So, the video is a little stronger. With necks, I thought it might be more interesting for me to actually show you guys the process that I go through to actually learn the stuff, as opposed to showing you, hey, I've got it all figured out now, and this is how you do it. But thank you very, very much.
All right. Duby Dular has a super chat for $10. Tonight's stream is one of the best. It's good to see it's okay to struggle and work through. It happens to the greats too. Thank you for the channel.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat. Doobie. The Jenga Ninja says he's bald. He's meant to be a supervillain.
Yeah, see, there you go. Lex Luthor. The problem is I'm not a businessman.
No. No, you're not. And you secretly, although you don't like anybody to know it, are a big old softy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Now the stream's talking about Formula One.
Yeah, no race last weekend. I think the next one is Silverstone. It's coming up. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if Mercedes can bring it back together. They had a good race last weekend. See if Lewis Hamilton can beat George Russell. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we still doing the stream? Story by Osmosis. It's graphite magic, Dave. You're doing great.
Thank you very much.
Tom Gar wants to know if you're ready for Thor: Love and Thunder. That movie might get me to the theater.
Yeah, you know what I'm ready for, and I still haven't seen? Top Gun. I can't believe I still haven't seen that movie.
Hit 1 billion.
I know. I desperately want to see that
Insanity.
movie. You mean a billion?
I just said that. I said 1 billion.
Oh, okay. But
You don't always have to correct me because I opened my mouth. J-A. Apparently I said the ASS word on the stream last week.
I saw somebody mention that. Yeah. Anyway, I want to see that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Love and Thunder, and especially because your buddy and mine worked very extensively on that movie.
Who's that?
Don't you remember we did a whole stream, like we did a whole interview with him?
Andy Park?
Yeah.
Oh. You say my buddy. He's your top cow buddy. I mean, I love Andy.
See, you got along with him really well.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. I've known him for years.
He's your friend. Andy's your. Like,
so Andy is.
I'm not saying Andy's not my friend, but I'm saying like it's you threw me off because your buddy and mine is a weird statement. You're so weird.
Fair enough. Andy is the.
Not that I don't love Andy.
What is he? What's the name?
You just made it like he was more my friend than yours.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't mean that. What's his title?
Director of. I don't know.
Visual development.
There you go.
Director of visual development for Marvel Studios, which is a big job, you know. And he designed a ton of costumes, and he's heavily involved in the designs. I think he designed the new Thor costume for Jane Foster,
Natalie Portman.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm always excited to see. I'm always excited to see those movies anyway, but it's pretty cool. I can say, hey, I know the guy that did that.
The Jenga Ninja says, OMG, Top Gun Maverick is amazing. Drop your pencil and get yourself to a theater now.
Yeah, it's crazy that I have not seen that yet. I have no excuse. And so this week I've got, I'm finishing this obviously in just a little bit here. I've got 2 covers that are due by Thursday. I thought they were due by Friday. They're due by Thursday, Meredith. So that's going to be something. And actually, that's it. That's all I've got.
All right. Twinkle Toes wants to know, Meredith, did you ever finish that book of Ruth after all? Absolutely, I did finish it. Kickstarted it, finished it, mailed it out.
Yep.
I think you can still get copies somewhere.
We've got copies here.
We've got copies here. You might be able to buy copies through Cave Pictures Publishing because they published it afterward. So, yeah. It's out. It's
out
in print.
Oh, and by the way,
Copies exist.
Somebody asked for, speaking of Kickstarter, somebody asked for an update on the season 1 sketchbook.
They're on a boat.
They're on a boat right now. Yeah. And depending on how long they take through customs, but I don't know. I don't do it, but it shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think.
He said a month from the time they left port.
And that was already like
a few weeks ago.
So yeah, it should be pretty soon. And we'll have the whole thing starting to ship, which I'm very excited about. It's
It's one thing about Kickstarter I don't like is you do the campaign and that's, it's a lot of fun and everything, but then it's months before, and we were finished. I mean, as you know, obviously all the artwork was already finished for the book. You would think we'd just put it out directly after, but yeah, these things take a little time, which always amazes me when I draw a comic and it's due on the shelves that week and we managed to hit it, like the amount of times I've done that in my career where something's needed to come out and a week later it's on the shelves and I literally just finished drawing it and it still needed to be inked and colored. And yeah. Meanwhile, Kickstarter, we're months.
Wow. Sheldon Martin says, I got a book of Ruth. They sent it to me in just a plastic bag. Luckily, it didn't get damaged. See, this is why I don't like, because I had to have somebody ship from the States. And that's awful, Sheldon. I am very glad it didn't get damaged. And I would replace it if it did.
These are some of the first ones that you had shipped?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had somebody that
shipped in a plastic bag.
Well, shipped in a plastic bag, said that things were shipped that ultimately didn't get shipped at all. It finally got to a point where we ended up having the rest of the books shipped here at a huge expense because we're in Canada. It was not cheap. Anything shipping through Canada is expensive.
And then shipping all the rest out.
And then we shipped one by one the rest out from here and ended up losing our shirt on that book, but they all got out. Yeah, that person cost us a lot of money. And, more than a few people their book. Because if they were all shipped in plastic bags, there's no way they all got there. What a mess.
Not neatly, anyway.
Yeah. Well, we won't have that issue with this one, I promise.
No, Dave's got somebody good.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's good. Somebody good that's done this, quite a few times. So he knows what he's doing. Well, you guys know who it is. It's Jason Chapter Jason. Yeah, he's been on the channel. I keep thinking we need to do something just so I can have him back on again. You know what I mean? But we'll have the next season 2 coming up. So.
I think we might do it in the fall.
Think so?
Yeah.
Didn't we do the last one in the fall?
The Kickstarter?
Yeah. Pretty sure we did. Didn't we? I don't know.
So we did it in March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do it in the fall. It'll be like, get it for Christmas.
This right here, let me tell you, this is where inking is easier than penciling. Like penciling, usually easier. But I have no line weight right now. And so if I want to line weight all of these lines, and you know what? I'm not going to. I'm actually going to pull up and not line weight too much of this because if we can convince Rich, friend, to ink this, I won't need to. He knows what he's doing. So I'm going to go and finish the rest of the rendering on the figure. All right, here we go.
Greg L. Static Art has a super chat for $1.99. This looks awesome. How'd you do the hair?
So it's like a dreadlock, right? I'm going to do it a little bigger. So here's a strand of dreadlock here. It's a little light. Let me darken that so you can see it. So there you go. And then because it's smaller, it's not quite so much work, but I'm going to do it small so you can see it, and then I'll do it bigger. So I just balled it up like this. I usually can do this a little bit cleaner. Truth be told, Greg, I took so long struggling with the drawing I thought I need to get the show on the road. So I kind of went a little quicker. But something like this, and I don't want it to be totally even. And I also wanted to affect the contour too. Like I don't want it to be a hard line with this just on the inside. It'll look very fake. So it's a little bit of drawing that in and then breaking it up a little bit. And so at a larger size, it's basically this. So here's, I'm making sure to go over that line. And then the same thing on the other side. It's almost like a Kirby Crackle, sort of an effect. Unfortunately, that looks not the best. So many texture effects actually only work once you get enough of it in. If you just show like a couple of Kirby Crackle dots, wouldn't look like anything either. but that's how it's done. And at this size here, it gets crazy, but at a small size, it makes sense. It goes pretty quickly.
Beautiful. Jim Klein has a super chat for $10. Glad to be able to catch a stream live. I've been having to catch the replays lately.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we haven't seen Jim Klein for a while.
Yeah. Thanks for another great season, Dave and Meredith. Meredith, enjoy your summer off. Dave, I'm looking forward to your summer art streams. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you very much. So now it's just a matter of finishing the rendering. When I'm penciling, rendering goes very quickly. Versus even
So
though
you can be done in like 4 minutes.
10. Even though I'm having to sculpt all my lines. So with a pen, you guys know this. I'm going to show you anyway. With a pen, I can just go heavier and then lighten it up, and get something like this very easily. With a pencil, though, to get that, I have to ball it up like this and then come out from it. And that's a lot more work intensive. I don't have to do this. I really could just do this and then count on an inker to understand it. I don't like doing that. I like it to look right. But even though I have to do that, it still goes faster. Faster than inking.
All right. Tagmo Modelworks has a super chat for $5. Made it for the finale. Have a great summer, and thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you, Tagmo. Wouldn't have been the same without Tagmo.
Atomic Art is eating. Well, David and Meredith stream. The best last stream ever.
Well, we'll be back. Meredith will be back.
Oh, September. Best season finale.
Season finale.
Henry Jeremick says, I think a lot of us will mention to Richard Friend Inc. on Monday Night Draw.
Good.
Poor Richard. It won't be Monday night, though.
No, it would be a
Dave
Tuesday.
Summer Sessions. Summer Sessions.
That's right. And
With Dave and Eric.
there's
I
always
think that's what you should call it. The Summer Session.
you know
It's
that's
nice.
It's not a bad name.
It has a nice sound.
I'll run it by Eric.
Eric will agree because I told him.
He doesn't agree with you all the time.
He does.
You know what he says behind your back? You would not believe it.
I would, because I say the same things to him about you.
Yeah. Now, because I'm throwing this, and I haven't even actually asked Rich if he would do this. Certainly, there's no guarantees, and there's no guarantee you could do it in the summer either. So, if it ends up being, and this has happened, we've done a Monday Night Draw, and then during the same week, we've also done another stream, and that could happen.
But not this week.
Yeah.
All right. Greg Aesthetic Art has another super chat for $1.99. Greg says, honestly, I can't thank you enough for everything.
Oh, yeah. Geez, my pleasure.
Eric says it sounds like a Baywatch episode name. He says, I'm joking. It has a ring to it. It does. Summer Session.
Yeah, when he says that, you know what he's saying.
He's going to do it.
It's
That's
an
what he's
awful
saying.
name.
He's going to do it.
Is he doing it?
Yeah.
He said that?
He said it has a ring to it. which
No, he
means
didn't
it's
say he's
in.
going to do it. He's just being nice.
Totally sounds Baywatchy, says Russ Hicks. That's why you have to do it now. Paul Floyd says, I have to head out, but wanted to say have a great summer, Meredith. Can't wait for next season. Excited for Dave's summer streams. Take care, everyone, and have a great evening. You too, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Johnny D says, Meredith won't be the same without you.
It never is.
September
It's
can't
true.
come fast enough.
I love doing the art streams where I'm really just talking about the art more, and Eric is there. We have, especially with guest artists, because I'm really learning also. But yeah, as much as Meredith sings happy birthday to everybody, you keep things fun.
That's why he married me.
Yeah.
Although none of my kids would agree that I was the fun one.
And what they don't agree with is, see,
I'm not the fun mom.
out of parents, you always have the parent that wants actually to get things done, and the parent that's like, whatever, go watch TV. That's me.
So I'm the fun one because I'm more apathetic.
Yeah.
And I'm more likely
And you're more likely to take Isaac to Circle K at 11 o'clock at night
and
to get
play video games with them,
candy and
that kind of
stuff,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a few things.
talk about video games with him. Doom Smith's Light Pad channel has a super chat for $5. Doom Smith says, have you ever considered hiring a lesser known inker that's just as good to give them a shot? I know of one that's phenomenal I've worked with.
Yeah, that's happened. Now, I will say I'm doing my own inks for everything that I'm doing right now. That is not going to last forever, though. But yeah, there are some incredible inkers out there. It's a tough market for inkers. That's just the fact. It used to be that everybody worked with inkers. Now it's more uncommon than not. That for the most part, people work on the computer and do everything themselves, and so it's really hard as an inker. And as a result, there are some great inkers out there that are having a difficult time, getting their shot. So
Lance Boyer has a suggestion.
Hey, Lance.
Sketching the summer away with Eric and Dave. You know what I like even better?
What?
The sketchy sessions.
Oh, fired.
Sketchy session.
No one likes that idea.
Get it? Because it's a play on words. Because the sessions are sketchy.
Yeah, no one
Like
likes
you're
it.
sketching.
No one likes it.
Crack me up.
Terrible idea.
I'm the funniest ever.
It's awful.
It's the best. That's what it has to be now. The sketchy sessions. Toby Miley has a super chat for $4.99. Toby's going to agree with me.
Let me put it this way. If we were dating and so I was still trying to be nice to you, I would still tell you that's awful.
Shush. I'm going to read Toby's super chat now.
Okay.
Will there be extra copies of Monday Night Draw with Dave and Meredith season 1? I wasn't aware of the campaign at the time. There will be, yes. I don't know. Jason will have them somehow.
So what's going to happen? Because there won't be a lot. I am represented by Comic Sketch Art for all of my original art. He's also doing the book.
No, that's not Comic Sketch Art for your original art. It's Essential Sequential.
That's what I said. Yeah, sorry. Essential Sequential. But for conventions and appearances and that kind of thing, I'm represented by
Comic Sketch Art.
Comic Sketch Art. And Comic Sketch Art bought some copies of the book. And so they'll have some for sale just at conventions. So that will be the only other place, unfortunately.
Conventions or through Essential Sequential?
I don't know that we'll be able to sell them online. I don't know what the ruling is on that, but anyway, I do know that they do have some. So it won't be impossible to get it, but
You'll get it on eBay.
And then there's eBay.
No one's gonna part with it. You only be able to find it on eBay because the flock are loyal.
You can. Every time I go to a convention, I sign something. It guaranteed.
No, nobody will get rid of it. Nick from Detroit says, "Getting sketchy with it." I like it.
Yeah, that's not bad. I like that one.
Samuel Reyes says, "Sweat and draw." Henry Jeremick says, "Tuesday night art and Formula One talk."
Hey, we'd probably get better ratings. Get all the Formula One people in there. The problem is that I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's like my UFC commentary. My UFC commentary is this. I like it when they punch each other, and I do not care when they're wrestling. I'm like the worst kind of fan.
Story by Osmosis says, "Super sketchy." And then Joe Donnelly says, "It's okay, Meredith. I'm having a drink too." Joe, this is sober Meredith. I'm not saying that Meredith doesn't have a beverage, but sadly, this is the sober tire, Meredith.
You mean like at times you have it,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Usually around 4:00. Then I go do horses and it's done.
Yeah. There's a time for everything.
For everything, there is a season. And I can say that because that is actually from the Bible.
Is it actually?
Yes.
I thought it was from a song.
Well, the song stole it from the Bible.
Everything good, man.
Comes from the
It
Bible.
really does. A lot of good quotes in there.
Yep.
All right.
Eric says sweat and draw is actually very accurate.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, Eric says he's always sweating when we're drawing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sweating now, but I was when I was doing the legs.
Yeah, you were. You could see it.
Yeah, I was feeling some pressure.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Woo!
And that's it. All right. So yeah,
Well,
I want to say this was fun.
you know what? It's good to learn and show the struggle. It's good for people to know the struggle's real. And
It
that
is.
if you're just starting out and struggle, even, somebody who's been drawing for 30 years can struggle. So
Yes, and look, the fact is that a lot of times the difference between stronger and weaker comic art is
the struggle.
just being willing to fix it when it's wrong. Ideally, you don't want that to happen all the time. I certainly didn't want it to happen tonight, but it happens. And I don't think you can really see. I can even see it on the screen a bit.
Sorry.
It's a lot of erasing on there.
Waiter Shush has another super chat. He says, one last season 2 super chat for the road. This looks electrifying. Hater.
Thank you. So yeah, thank you to everyone that's been with us all season. I really, really appreciate it. The show wouldn't be, not only would it not be the same without you, it wouldn't be a show. We wouldn't be doing this. You guys make it all possible. And the community is really what has kept it going and made it fun for both of us. And I can't imagine not having this time with you guys, so I really appreciate it. I know Meredith does too.
Greg L has a super chat for $1.99. Greg says, looks great. Have a good summer. We'll miss the duo. I do enjoy you guys. I'll miss you.
Yeah.
I think about you guys during my weeks. So know that you're in my thoughts, and we both hope and pray that everybody who watches the stream and everybody is part of our flock. If you're not already part of the Facebook flock page, get on there so you can follow stuff over the summer and be part of that community. And we hope everybody has an amazing summer. And I know Dave will be touching base with you all on Tuesday.
Yes. Well, I'll have something up in the community, and I know Eric will be talking about it too. I'm pretty sure I know who our first guest is, and I'm sure we're confirmed, but I'm a little reluctant to just say it just in case. But we have some great guests lined up. The first one will be Tuesday, just not this Tuesday. Not tomorrow. It'll be next Tuesday. We'll have our first summer. What do we decide? I've forgotten.
Sketchy session?
Getting sketchy with it. Anyway, we'll have the first one on Tuesday.
Sketchy session.
So yeah, thank you everyone so much again. I really appreciate it. And have a great week, everyone.
Bye.